forget that you've become one, but still you are two entities. Enjoy gradual introduction of one another to one another. Women are like cats. Sometimes when you want to play with them, they don't want to play with you.
Maybe that's why the Bible even says that there is time for everything
under the sun.
Like a time to play
and a time
to keep to yourself.
To keep to yourself.
And most times,
yes,
those things that you don't really want to hear, can help you grow the more.
I don't really know how to hold baby. You made the baby together. Learn how to hold the baby.
Hello, wonderful viewers. You're welcome back to our channel.
My name is Sheyi.
My own name is Fumi.
And together we are called Sheyi Fumi. Alright. Welcome back this week.
Welcome back this week.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Marriage is Beautiful. And indeed, marriage is really beautiful.
Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Click on the subscribe button below our video.
Also click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button. This will notify you when we drop a new video.
Follow us on all our social media as shown on the screen. Thank you.
So guys, we want to say thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you guys for
you.
watching our videos.
Thank
for
you.
Inviting friends.
Thank you so
for
much.
liking our videos and for subscribing.
Honestly,
we love you all. If you're watching our video for the first time, and you enjoy it, please click on the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel,
and share our
videos too. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. Okay, so today, in continuation of the topic we've been talking about in the last 2 weeks, we'll be rounding off on the topic today. And it is about living together. How do you live together? What makes living together in marriage and harmonious?
So guys, we'll be rounding up today with another 4 vital points. And the first thing we're going to talk about today is know your spouse's level of understanding. Some understand things with a lot of training, a lot of learning, a lot of fishing. And if you don't know your spouse's level of understanding, you will have issues in your home, because you will be expecting your spouse, maybe your wife or your husband, that he should understand what I'm talking about, or he should understand what we are trying to do. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. There are some people that when they read, let me use that one as an example. Yes, when they read, they understand immediately. Once they glance through it, they can tell you everything about that book. But for some, they will read and still they will still not understand. It's not because they don't like to, but it's just part of them. Just what I'm trying to say, honey. It's just the way they are, you know.
It boils down to IQ level. For some people, like we said, we are not made the same way. Our intelligence quotient level differs. I may be a fast learner, you may be a slow learner. Together we learn. Fast or slow, together we learn. So in marriage, you have to understand the level of understanding of your spouse. And you have to work according to that level.
You have to work according to that
You
level.
have to carry each other along. Because you are a fast learner, it doesn't mean that you have to lord it over your wife, who is a little bit slow, or over your husband, who is not as fast as you are. Like me, for an example, I do learn fast.
And for me, I have to read and overread before I can understand. So I study hard more than him. And the reason, you know, there are some things that if I really want to read, my husband will be saying, why are you reading so hard? It's too late, all those other. But I know the kind of person I am, so I really take my time to read.
You know, recently I was complaining about you taking too late into the night because of your courses.
But I told him no, because if I don't do it now, he's really want to tell me, you fail? How? How?
But
I cannot fail.
But the fact remains this. Even despite the fact that I am a fast assimilator, that I assimilate
it still depends on
fastly.
IQ, like you said.
Still, there are areas where I lag behind too. For an example, I'm very forgetful.
Sure.
And because I'm very forgetful, I don't study ahead for any exam. It's like even when I was in school, people are studying and they are trying to read until exam is about 1 week away. That's when you see me trying to read. And people will say, you won't be able to pass. Oh, this one you are doing crash reading, you are crashing everything together. But that's the way it worked for me. For her, she has to take her time to read. So it boils down to the level of understanding.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that if you must enjoy your marriage.
Sure.
So when you are living together, if your spouse is the type that you have to repeat things 2 or 3 times,
repeat it.
Repeat it.
It's important.
For me,
sometimes he will say, but she has said it too much.
Yeah, because
and I'll say,
I don't believe it should be like me that okay, when you say it, I've grabbed it already.
But you will
okay, but for some people, okay, they can't take it at a stretch. So you have to break it down. Move at the level of your spouse. Husband expects the wife to be at the same pace with him. The wife expects the husband to be as smart as she is. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Both of you can't have the same intelligent quotient
at all.
So this IQ will be different. So learn as much as possible to relate based on the level of your wife.
Sure.
If she's a slow learner, calm down, explain things over. If she's a fast learner, once you've said it, like me, I'm too forgetful, like I said earlier. So I can put something here and forget it. And my wife will never want to keep something, and I said, okay, Ola, keep it for me. If you say that, we will both be looking for it at the end of the day. So we have to understand one another. And part of what makes marriage easy is when you know what your spouse, his own level of understanding, and you keep to that level, or you try to improve. Both of you try to improve together. The next thing we're going to talk about is your social life on the same page? If not, build it together.
Yeah, build it together.
Because some set of people in marriage have a more active social life than their spouse. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but you have to find a way to find a balance in between the two.
Yeah.
Definitely, your social life will never be on the same page. No matter how social both of you are, one will be more than the other.
Yeah.
And when you have something like that, and most of the time, sometimes in marriage, opposites attract. Like your wife might not really be the social type, or your husband might not really be the social type. So you have to learn to harmonize your social life. If it is not on the same page, you must learn to work it together. If you are more social than your husband, please bring him out of his shell.
Take him along.
Take him along. Don't just leave him behind. Oh, it's my husband. He doesn't really, he's not the social type. And you move ahead. When you move ahead, you leave him behind, and it starts harboring bitterness. For an example, my wife is not the social type. Before.
Yeah, I'm not.
And
I don't
to even sit down right now and talk.
Oh my God.
So, well, it took time.
It took me 5 years to plan all this.
It took time. And by the way, I was patient enough to get her up to this level. If your spouse, for an example, is the one that doesn't like social media, you have to bring her or bring him along gradually. My popular word is Rome was never built in a day. So you have to bring him or her gradually, and you don't have to be harsh about it. Come on. He's not used to it, she's not used to it. It will take.
Or she's not, sometimes not even used to. Sometimes she's not just the type, or she don't like it.
She didn't like it. It will
it's
take.
Not her hobby.
It will take time. Like it took you time to learn.
It took me a lot of time.
It's like I'm saying, like it takes time to teach somebody.
It takes time.
And to learn.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to be a little bit patient when you are trying to introduce a new thing. Normally, Oni, human being doesn't like change.
Yeah, sure.
We fight change with everything that we have.
Yeah.
So if you are going to bring a change to him or to her, you have to make it gradual.
Gradually.
If not, you're living together will never be harmonious.
Patience is love, and love is patience. Love is
patience, patience is love. Yeah. So you have to be gradual. If you are going to introduce a new thing to your spouse, for an example, it's like you want to introduce her to improve on her social outing. It's not gradual. Any day she doesn't feel or he doesn't feel like following you, and if he said you can go, okay, so well be it, go.
No.
But no, it's a must you go with me. Then go catch your phone. If, for example, if he has agreed with you or she has agreed with you, go catch your phone. But at the end of it, introduce her little by little, and she will be up to it. He will be up to it very soon.
So, guys, another point we want to talk about today is ask permission from one another. Everything belongs to us, but still we need permission to take it. Don't just conclude we need you, or just think that okay, everything belongs to us, is in our house, is our own, so I can pick anything I want at any time, or without asking your spouse. Like, for example, you might want to use your spouse, or let me say car. You might want to use your spouse's car. What do you do?
Honey, please,
can I have your key? Or honey, please, can I use your car? You're not just going to go there and just pick the key like, oh, after all, it's my wife's car or it's my husband's car or it belongs to us. Fine, it does, but you need permission. It gives your spouse leverage. You feel or she feels that you are involving him or her in decision making, or you have him or her in mind. So sometimes it really helps in marriage. Don't just, like, sometimes it looks like you're looking down, or like, did I need to take permission? I can take it. I need to take permission. I can take it without her consent or without his consent.
In this aspect, like you were talking about car, because some men bought car for their wife, for an example. They believe they own the car. You don't own it.
Apart from the wife, the husband even buying it, there are even some wives that bought the car themselves, and the husband will like, I own the wife and I own everything she has. So what of that?
Well, it will also be that way. You know where I put the first one? Because most people just think because it was me.
You're the one giving the helping hand.
Because it was me that gave it to her. I can take it anytime. No, you can take it anytime without his permission, without her permission. Even if you don't have call minutes on your phone, for an example, and you want to use your spouse's phone. It's still a phone. It's still his phone. Permission must be sought.
Sure.
You don't just take it just because, is it not my wife? Is it not my husband? No, you have to learn to take permission from one another. Another aspect to that is this. Some spouses make decisions on behalf of their spouse. And it results in argument and fights and make living together more difficult. Because he is your spouse doesn't mean you can decide for her or you can decide for him. Somebody asks you, I need your spouse to do this for me, I need her or I need him to do this for me. Without consulting him, you make the decision, okay, she will do or he will do. And then you get back home and she feels slighted or he feels slighted, that why will you make such decision? Why didn't you consult me?
Without asking me if I will be able to do it.
You
Wow.
both run a joint account, for an example, and somebody make a request for something outside.
Yeah.
You decide, okay, we are going to give.
We are going to give.
In my language, there is a word that one person cannot be we.
No.
So one person cannot be we. So you don't just make a decision on her behalf or on his behalf without consulting him or her.
And at times, you can make the decision and you're like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to tell her. And you already make the decision. You've already promised the person, you already make the decision, and you come back home. You're not telling him or her that, I make a decision. Somebody says this, and I was like, okay, I decided we will do this. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
One of my pastors used to say this, that you don't make a final decision on an issue that does not depend entirely on you.
Yeah.
If you alone is not involved in that decision making, seek the consent of your spouse.
Yeah.
It's like, they keep fighting on daily basis. Why won't they fight? When you make decision without consulting him, without consulting her, and you expect him or her
to agree.
Directly.
Just sign the contract and it's done.
It's done. So you don't make such a decision and you expect
sign the contract and it's done.
And you expect
expect her to say yes, or you expect him to say okay, yes.
No.
Done.
If you know that she's involved in the action that involve that decision you are making, involve her. So spouses out there, please stop making decisions in the absence of your spouse.
Yeah, sure. It's important.
It is important you consult one another. It is called agreement.
Yeah.
It is not done by one person. When it is agreement, at least two parties is involved.
Yeah.
Ensure you seek his consent or her consent before making an agreement outside or making decision. Don't make decision on her behalf. Don't make decision on his behalf.
It doesn't work that way.
Each of you, like we said last week, is an entity. You are two. We agree. But you are still different. So you have to make decision together or seek each other's opinion and reach an agreement before you make a decision.
So lastly, on this week episode, we want to talk about always let the past be in the past. Forget about the past. Bury the ashes. Let bygones be bygone, and continue with your life. Whatever happened yesterday, let it remain in yesterday. It's already in the past. Then forget about the past so that you can reach out to the future. If you keep holding on to the past, definitely you are not ready to move on to the future. So whatever happens, she didn't involve you in her decision, he didn't involve you in his decision, whatever it is, I don't want to know, but just make sure that you are putting the past in the past so that you can together move ahead. You don't have to be expecting or waiting like, I want him to know. Then if you want him to know, then your marriage, let me say your home is at risk. Or you want her to know. If you really want her to know, I will show him or I will show her. Then definitely your home or your home can be at risk. So be careful how you bring the past to the front. You can just use it, and sometimes you can use it as an example, like but you don't need to be emphasizing on the past, like this is what happened, and it's happening, it's happening.
You see, it's exactly the same thing you did on the 22nd of May 2007.
Around this time.
You don't have to bring the past back.
You don't have to bring the past back.
The past is what it is called.
The
past. Let it remain in the past. Especially if she has said sorry and he has said sorry and you forgive him. Allow bygone to be bygone. You don't need to bring it back and rub it on his face or her face. You have to allow the past to remain a past.
Yeah.
So if you want your home to be harmonious, you must learn to allow things that is over to be over indeed. Don't keep reminding each other of past mistakes. It's a mistake.
Sure.
It's gone. We've said sorry to one another. Allow it to be that way. When you do all this, living together will be easier and marriage will be more harmonious. All right. This is where we're going to put a cap on the topic living together in marriage.
Yeah.
I know we can finish it. There will still be some talks in the future that will go along in the line.
Yeah.
But for now, this is how we're going to put a stop to it. And we want to remind you of this.
Yeah.
You have to make a conscious effort to enjoy living together. Okay. As we draw the curtain on this week episode, Bonnie, what do you have to say?
So guys, one more thing, I want to tell you that you should follow us on Instagram.
All right.
Send us message, inbox us your questions. We have a lot of questions, but with time, we'll be discussing them one by one. And we hope that this question we just answered, we hope that the person is already convinced. Thank you. And we hope that we really dealt with this question. How do you live harmoniously together, Sheyi for me?
Yeah.
And we hope that the person has learned one or two things to know that indeed marriage
is beautiful.
It's beautiful and it can be enjoyed and you can live harmoniously. It depends on your mindset. So it's a joint effort. So you and your wife, you and your spouse, you and your husband can make it work indeed. And your marriage will be indeed beautiful. At the same time, we want to reach out to people that follow us on Instagram. Drop your question, inbox us, drop your questions.
Do it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, anyway, you can inbox us.
Whichever one is okay by you, whether the Twitter, the Facebook page, or the Instagram, just drop your question. Inbox us.
Should in case, if you really want us to discuss something or you want us to talk about something that is on your mind, or I don't know, there are some people that are like, I wish they would talk about this. Don't just wish it. Tell us, because sometimes you might wish it and we will not know. Right? Yeah. So sometimes you might wish it and we will not know. So please let us know. Then we can talk about it. So thank you guys.
Until next week. When we'll be discussing another topic. Sheyi for me is saying
thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.
We love you.